All right, guys, welcome to Results 1. Special edition today. We have Ezzy Castro with us.
Hey,
you can
everyone.
see her sitting back there. So,
Hello.
gonna be an interesting ride today because we're gonna have 3 total people. Me, Ezzy Castro, and the Orange County Sheriff's Office joining us, and it's gonna be a really good time. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. Ezzy Castro is Hispanic. I like to pretend. No, I am.
No,
but
you are.
I am.
Come on.
I'm Puerto Rican. And Ezzy, remind everyone where you're from.
So my family is from Nicaragua, which is in Central America.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, crazy. There's not only a few of us here in Central Florida, to be honest.
When was the last time you were there?
I would say 6 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I used to go very often, but obviously, with you have life changes, right?
Right.
So
now
meet
you
someone, you get married, then
now
you
you're
have babies.
married. You got your baby and stuff. So, here at News 6, ever since Ezzy's been on board, we take a deep dive into Hispanic Heritage Month. So, we're gonna have the Orange County Sheriff's Office join us a little bit, and before we pick them up, Ezzy can kind of maybe explain a little bit why we're picking them up.
So there's a couple of things. So I know that Orange County Sheriff's Office, they launched a special program, like an academy of sorts that's going to help civilians, really residents of Orange County, who speak Spanish and Portuguese.
Wow.
So this is, so any questions that they have, any help that they need, or anything like that, this is what that program is for. So I think that's very interesting because obviously we're targeting this audience, right? These residents who need that help when it comes to language barriers, and so we're really excited to have that. Oh, I see Orange County.
Yeah, we know her.
Yeah, we do.
She looks familiar, but it's cool because at the end of the day, a lot of the times, people sometimes get nervous to approach law enforcement because they may not speak English.
Right.
Or they think the officers or the deputies aren't going to be able to speak in their language, but the SO here does a lot of cool stuff. When I saw the Portuguese Academy, I was like, wait, Camila, my fiance, she's Brazilian.
That's right.
And I had sent her the flyer. She goes, I can't believe they're doing that. But there's such a high influx here in Central Florida. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of Brazilians here. They love Orlando, and I know that I've spoken to Brazilians before where they said that their dream has always been to come to Disney World. So imagine Orlando's big for them. Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Welcome in, Sarge.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Welcome into Results 1.
Nice to meet
Oye,
you.
¿cómo estás?
Bien, gracias.
All right. So, Sarge, we're going to give you a quick little rundown of what's going on in here first.
Yes.
So you know exactly what's up. We've got cameras everywhere.
Yes,
We're
sir.
streaming live right now over at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and our News 6 app. We've been talking about this all morning, letting them know that, one, we take great pride in Hispanic Heritage Month, and you guys do a lot of really cool stuff. So Ezzy always takes a deep dive into Hispanic Heritage Month here in Central Florida. She's from Nicaragua. And I'm Puerto Rican, but I just look like I'm from Oklahoma. And I was like, what better off than have Ezzy jump in the new truck and have you guys kind of jump in and we kind of talk about some stuff and the things that are happening at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Sounds
so
good.
If you don't mind, introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is Angel Serino. I am a sergeant over the recruiting department in the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I've been with them for about 22 years now.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it, man.
All right. Where are you from originally?
So I was born in Puerto Rico,
right.
from Loíza, Puerto Rico. And
Where's that in the island? So we
it's
can
on
get
the
a perspective.
northeast side of the island.
Okay.
Close to San Juan, about a 30-minute drive.
Okay.
And I was born there and primarily raised up north for about a little bit over a decade, and then I've been in Florida for about 30 years now.
Wow.
And I went to Puerto Rico every summer, and that's how I was able to keep the language, right?
So you were born in Puerto Rico, or you were
Born in Puerto Rico,
wow,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're kind of like me. I've gone back and forth a little bit.
Right. Right.
The culture is very important to keep that.
Absolutely.
So when you were getting involved in law enforcement, what what got you interested in law enforcement? Let's start there.
So what got me interested, so I come from a family of law enforcement officers.
Okay.
My father was a law enforcement officer. He was a cop in Puerto Rico, and my grandfather was a corrections officer in Puerto Rico. So I went to college to be a doctor, and then I realized how much science I had to take.
Wow.
And,
You're like, never mind.
So I saw the academy there, and it's in me, right?
Okay.
That heart of service. And basically, I inquired about it. It was something that I was always interested in doing. I saw that it was attainable. I applied, and I got in. At the time, I was too young because I was only 18 years old. And I started in corrections. And I did 4 years in corrections. And then when I turned 22, then I got into the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Because our retirement is similar, with the FRS. I wanted to stay in Orange County, and the opportunities, the large size, 900 square miles in Orange County, it was just an easy transition for me, and that's just the agency I chose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, I mean, how long did you say? I'm sorry. How long did you say you were with the agency?
22 years.
So you started when you were 22?
I started when I was 19 years old in corrections,
Okay.
so I got, 26 years on total?
Okay. And then you were 22 when you came to Orange County.
Yes.
So, question for you. At the time, we're talking about 22 years. That was like 2000. My mouth.
2001.
All right, there we go. I'm like, my math is not the best. Thank you. So, at the time, did you see a lot of Latino, Hispanic officers, or were you one of the few?
At the time, I would say that there wasn't as many, but there was definitely a few. A lot of my colleagues were Hispanic, and I started here on the west side of town, and there was a few. I think there's a way more. I think 15% of the agency is Hispanic right now, and there's way more Latino officers here at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
So my question to you is, I feel like 15%, and I don't know, maybe this is a question for Steve too. What do you think of that percentage? Do you think that could be a little higher at this point? Because my question to you would be the importance of knowing Espanol and Spanish and communicating with citizens, right? During emergency situations?
Right.
Yeah, if you're throwing it at both of us, my opinions differ a little bit because I look at it as the intent. So when we've got an agency like the Orange County Sheriff's Office intentfully putting themselves into cultures, then that to me that's the goal.
Right.
I don't personally never should feel there is a requirement to have XYZ at an agency because you want the most qualified candidates no matter who they are.
Okay.
But if your community, look at Osceola County, for example. We're not in Osceola, but for example, you're looking at a 43%, 44% base of Hispanics within that community. You at least need to go visit them. Let them know, hey, look what your sheriff's office is offering. This is what we have. And let them know you can work for us. Right. And I think that's kind of what you guys are kind of doing. You're making all these academies available.
Right.
You disseminate your social media, both English and Spanish.
Correct.
And it seems like you guys are, you want to touch base with every part of your community, no matter where they're from.
Right. So that's exactly right. So we want to be able to be transparent with our community and be able to engage with our community and form that partnership with our community. And when you talk about the numbers, right? So our sheriff had a very innovative idea, and he decided to send our recruiting team to Puerto Rico. We just went there in July, and
that's awesome. Because
of the growing population in Central Florida of Hispanics, we wanted to recruit Hispanic officers that are bilingual and can communicate with that community. So it was a very successful trip. I'm actually going next week to finish up the testing there.
Wow.
And those officers have...
Don't say that too fast. Ezzy will be your hanging
I know.
out with you on the
Yo
airport.
voy también. I'm heading to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I'm about to come to Boston now.
That's right.
Special report with Ezzy
But
Castro.
can we take results one? I don't know.
Yeah, we got to get it on a plane first.
That's right.
That's
But,
awesome.
Yeah,
That's good stuff.
there's a lot of people from the island that have family members here in the Central Florida area, so
Yeah.
it was a very easy transition for them. So once again, officers that speak the language know the culture and are able to engage with the community, to include the Hispanic Police Academy, which gives an insight of the Orange County Sheriff's Office to that community so we can better engage also.
Yeah.
So definitely engaging with that community so we can, you know.
And I spoke to Sheriff Mina a few weeks ago when the National Association of Hispanic Officers, I'm so sorry, there was like a conference here with the Hispanic officers, and there were a bunch of them from across the nation. They were here in Orlando.
Right, National Latino
there we go.
Peace Officers Association.
Yeah, there
Yes.
we go. National Latino. And it was great seeing Latino officers all bundled up in one little bubble, right?
Yes.
Like, it was great. It was actually more like a party at 9 in the morning. I'm not
Right.
gonna lie.
Absolutely.
And
Get the
Sheriff Mina-
Cafecito going.
yeah,
everything's going.
no, it was great. Everybody had a cup of coffee. And Sheriff Mina I spoke to him, and he mentioned the whole Puerto Rico thing, and I said, you know, again, the importance of connecting with and engaging with the community, because I know that there are situations, and it's happened to even to me, where as soon as I flip to Spanish,
Correct.
the person feels comfortable already.
Right.
The person will open up to you, and I feel like
Correct.
that is something that you guys obviously can consider a benefit.
Right, and for me as an officer, right, there's a call, right, that comes out. It's kind of like what we call over with, and a person calls us and they're looking for more directions. What can I do, right? And we want to be able to give that information and them to understand it. And when they speak very little English, I do the same thing. I just flip the switch, speak Spanish, and they feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more informed.
Yeah.
And then let's say it's a hot call where I need the information now because something just happened. Once I recognize that the person's having difficulty speaking in English and I realize that Spanish is their primary language, I just flip the switch again.
Right.
And I get the information that I need to get to my fellow officers, and next thing you know, we're moving along a lot faster.
Well, you guys could start flipping the switch if you want to in here. Start doing your dialogue if you want.
I'm gonna ask one more question in English, and then we can flip to I was gonna say sandwich. Wow, I've been up since 3 in the morning, man.
Me too,
Yeah.
because I was jumping in this car.
So you were getting ready to do the interview today.
Yeah.
So the academy, can you just kind of go over how is it available, who can come, and also it's available for Portuguese for folks, Brazilians, basically.
Yes. So the Sheriff's Office offers multiple academies. We have the Senior Academy, the Civilian Police Academy, right, which is primarily in English.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Hispanic Police Academy. We have the Portuguese Academy. And right now we're looking for interest if we want to put in a Creole Academy. Okay.
I like that.
Yes.
I do like that.
Yeah, and then we also have a teen academy, right? And the purpose of the academy is so people understand the policies, the structure of the Orange County Sheriff's Office, our function, and what kind of services we're able to provide them, right? And we offer them in many languages so to engage with the community and they can understand. It's an 8-week academy, right? So you're not stuck for 8 weeks. It's 1 day out of each 8 weeks, and they send out a schedule. So each day there will be an itinerary, right? And it's a 3-hour day.
Okay.
3-hour day. The thing is that we bring several units, right? Multiple units, so you can see the entire sheriff's office, and it's not just classroom. We do field trips. So if we want to explain the helicopter to you, we show it to them. We take you to the hangar. Our
Nice.
K9 units will bring the dog. Our SWAT unit will show you the equipment,
Yeah.
and that gives you an inside look. We have a simulator that we put officers through in training, and we
Yeah.
put them through different scenarios, and we allow the citizens to go and to take some of those scenarios to
Right.
see how they would engage with the public in those scenarios so they could see it from our perspective, right? Our forensics unit, we take them there, we show them how
Good deep dive into the agency.
deep dive into the
Yeah.
agency, so they know exactly what we're capable of and why things happen the way they do, so there is a better understanding.
So I was going to piggyback on that just a second. So I've attended a few of these academies, different counties, y'all's, the senior academy, and I love the template because it explains A through Z what the sheriff's office does.
Yes.
With your more cultured kind of academies, your Hispanic culture, the Haitian culture, do you guys go through almost explaining the differences in our law enforcement in compared to maybe where they're from, and
Yes.
the standards in which we abide by compared to what they might be used to, and things on how the interactions should be taking place?
Absolutely, and that's the part that I pick up from the most, right? So I am one of the presenters during these academies, the Teen Academy, Civilian, Senior, etc., right? And we give them the opportunity, the participants, the opportunity to ask questions and engage, right? And one of the things that I noticed about it is that when I'm giving my recruiting presentation, the first thing they want elaboration on is why it's so different from the country that they're from, right? So their recruiting process and their qualifications are completely different from ours, right? So they ask those questions. There's certain steps that they have to take where you don't necessarily have to take here in America. So in each department, the community and the participants engage in that, and that's what they're picking up on, the differences from law enforcement in their own country compared to law enforcement at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. So I think that's the biggest takeaway, and that is the purpose, right? The purpose is so they understand the services that we provide, and they understand the structure of this, our policies, what we're capable, and how it works for us.
I like
So that's definitely a big thing in those specific academies.
Do you enjoy your job?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You got to, right?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Qué bueno. All right.
Yeah.
Español, Steve?
Go for it.
See?
You guys, I'm just going to drive. You guys
Yeah.
do you.
You understand it?
I could get by.
Okay.
There is no way I could tell. Listen, I was a trooper full time. I know the basics on how to get through the traffic stop.
That's right.
Wrap it up and get myself out of there. And I pick up on little things, but that's why I've got Ezzy with me. So you guys do your thing. We may have some of our community watching us today, so you guys can go ahead.
All right. Well, we're going to flip the switch.
All right.
Su nombre, por favor.
Mi nombre es Ángel Cirino. Soy un sargento con el alguacil del condado Orange en Orlando, Florida.
¿Y cuántos años ya llevas con el departamento?
22 años desde el 2001.
¿Y de dónde eres?
Yo soy de Puerto Rico, nací en la isla de Puerto Rico, Loíza.
Wow.
Nací en Ropieta, pero estoy de Loíza. Me crié ahí. Después me mudé para el norte por una década y después estoy aquí en Orlando, Florida por 30 años.
¿Y qué significa ser, puertorriqueño, hispano y claro, ser policía?
Para mí significa, es un orgullo, ¿verdad? Yo vengo de una familia de policía. El padre mío era policía en Puerto Rico. El abuelo mío era guardia penal en Puerto Rico, y yo vengo de una familia de policía. So, de servir a la comunidad, tener un corazón de servicio, es un orgullo, y especialmente representando la gente mía,
Claro.
hispana, y poder comunicar y ayudarlo, tú sabes, siendo bilingüe, es un orgullo y un placer.
Y te cambiaste de carrera porque tú dijiste que querías hacer doctor primero y después te cambiaste.
Fui a la escuela para ser doctor y después vi cuántas clases de ciencia tuve que coger y
Te
dije,
gustó el uniforme, te gustó el uniforme, eso es lo que pasa.
estaba en mi sangre ser policía, se lo tuve que hacer.
¿Verdad? Y eso pasa bastante con la familia, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Si es en la sangre, o sea, es en la sangre.
Sí, definitivamente.
Ya. Entonces, quiero hablar de la importancia de servir a la comunidad hispana aquí en la Florida Central, porque como sabemos, hay bastante puertorriqueños, tenemos bastante venezolanos,
Sí.
colombianos, o sea, de todas partes, ¿verdad? Pero hay mucha gente que no saben inglés y saben
Sí.
solamente español. ¿Me puedes decir tal vez cómo en una situación donde tú tienes que usar español? Y eso ayuda a la persona, pues.
Definitivamente, siendo policía, cuando yo voy cuando la gente llaman al 911 y yo respondo, ¿verdad? Y yo veo que ellos tienen una dificultad con comunicarse en inglés. Yo inmediatamente, porque soy bilingüe, hablo en el idioma de ellos, porque yo quiero que ellos entiendan la información que yo le estoy dando, la ayuda que le puedo dar a resolver el crimen. Es bien importante poder comunicar en el lenguaje y yo siempre apoyo eso.
Claro. Y es importante dejarle saber a la gente también, porque yo creo que aquí tenemos bastante gente que necesita esa ayuda y quieren saber que ustedes también entienden dónde vienen, la cultura y todo eso. Entonces es bien importante.
Sí, y por eso en la academia que nosotros ofrecemos en español es para que la comunidad hispana conozcan a nuestro alguacil y sepan lo que los servicios que nosotros podemos ofrecer, cómo nosotros hacemos el trabajo, y para que tengamos ese entendimiento y esa oportunidad para que ellos tengan una conexión con la policía en su comunidad y se sientan cómodos poder llamarnos por cualquier situación que tengan y que estén seguros que nosotros lo podemos ayudar.
Me gusta la palabra conexión, porque eso para mí es importante, tener esa conexión con la persona, porque como te dije hace un minuto en inglés, expliqué que a nosotros nos ha pasado lo mismo, donde una persona tal vez no sabe inglés, se asustan, pero inmediatamente cuando yo cambio a español, se abren, se ponen a explicar lo que pasó, y me dan el story, pues la historia de lo que está pasando. Entonces me imagino que es lo mismo casi para ustedes también.
Definitivamente, la gente cuando están hablando con una persona de su propia cultura se sienten más cómoda, y por eso es que yo inmediatamente puedo comunicarme con ellos en esa forma, y ellos se sienten más cómodos y pueden darme los detalles, y yo le puedo dar la explicación en la diferencia en cómo nosotros hacemos nuestro trabajo aquí en nuestro país comparado al país de ellos, y le puedo dar la dirección correcta para que ellos puedan resolver la situación que ellos tienen.
Y a mi última pregunta, hablamos con Sheriff Mina hace una semana y me explicó lo mismo, que ustedes fueron a Puerto Rico, ¿verdad?
Sí.
A ver si pueden venir con más policías de allá que saben el idioma de español y pueden venir aquí a trabajar a Orange County, el condado de Orange.
Definitivamente, queremos siempre reclutar a gente de diferentes comunidades y backgrounds y que hablen el idioma, y nosotros siempre ofrecemos esa oportunidad. Recientemente en el mes de julio fuimos para Puerto Rico para ofrecer esa oportunidad, pero esa oportunidad está abierta a todo el mundo, y no solamente tenemos la oportunidad para los policías, pero tenemos para los civiles, ¿okay? Porque hay la agencia completa no es solamente policía. Mucha gente piensa cuando dicen policía, hay un montón de
que es solo estricto policía,
sí,
pero no es abierto para todo el mundo.
Tenemos oportunidades, pero por ejemplo, en noviembre 4 tenemos un evento de reclutamiento aquí en la policía, aquí en el John Young, en el main oficina, y de 10 a 4 ese sábado vamos a estar reclutando operadores del 911. Y qué más bueno que tener una persona que sepa otro idioma, ¿verdad? Que sea bilingüe, y ofrecerle ese trabajo. Y también tenemos trabajo de administradores, forensicos, mecánicos. Tenemos muchas oportunidades aquí, y teniendo la comunidad representada en nuestro alguacil es definitivamente reflejando la comunidad que nosotros estamos sirviendo.
Dame un mensaje que tú le quieras dar a la comunidad para el mes de hispano, pues. I know.
You put me on the spot.
Viste, está penoso. I said the one message that you want to give to our community on, just because it's Hispanic Heritage Month.
The camera is yours.
So,
it's on you right now. I have this one on. if you'd have a message for our Hispanic community from the Sheriff's Office or from you personally, what you got?
Bueno, lo que yo digo es que si usted tiene un corazón de servicio y quiere ayudar a su comunidad, ¿verdad? Que sepa la importancia de poder comunicarse con ellos y ayudarlos igualmente. Y no solamente su comunidad, pero la comunidad donde usted está viviendo. Traiga sus servicios, sus talentos a esta familia, a este equipo, como nosotros lo llamamos, para que pueda subir, y ayudarle en una forma bien positiva a su comunidad y tener un mejor sitio para vivir y estar bien cómodo, safe y probarlo esos servicios en una forma excelente. So, definitivamente tenemos una agencia aquí que es importante, el servicio que nosotros damos a la comunidad, y si usted tiene esos talentos y ese corazón de servicio, venga con nosotros.
Yes.
Y besitos a Puerto Rico. Saludos a Puerto Rico.
Saludos. Y nos vemos en la semana que viene.
Awesome. Well, Sarge, I cannot appreciate you guys, one, making the time. You guys are extremely busy. I understand you guys are full service and you guys have people dedicated to every possible unit. But at the end of the day, the fact that you guys are making yourself available so we can make outreach to other communities, other cultures in our community, and what I like to do, humanize the badge, let people see what is actually going on. Not just the stuff that makes TV, but the stuff that may never be even spoken about. We get to do here in Results One.
Man, thank you, Trooper. Steve, I appreciate you doing that.
It's pretty awesome, and you guys have opened the door. I had your boss in here just last week talking about the sheriff contest for a day, and we got to talk about everything. So
yeah, man, I heard about that. I was like, I can't follow that, man.
Yeah, that's what's funny, because then your traffic units rolled up on me, and I was like, you may want to move on. I've got 4 stars sitting here. So, but we absolutely appreciate you coming out, and I'm sure this might not be the last time that you join us now that you did such a great job.
Oh, I appreciate that. It's going to be my pleasure. Give me a call anytime. It was a pleasure to meet you.
No, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for putting me on the spot.
Yeah, viste.
So
I don't mess around.
I'm going to be better prepared next time.
So let me end this
you
real
did
quick
great.
with you
You
in the
did
car.
great.
Hold on real quick. I'll end this right here. Guys, head over to clickorlando.com. Make sure that we're at that one. Make sure that you check out the stream. You visit the Sheriff's Office, OCSO.com. They've got so much information, civilian different academies.
That's right.
From the senior one, which they're a bunch of characters, I tell you what.
That's right.
The teen one, and then when is the next Hispanic one starting?
So the next Hispanic one is going to start early next year.
Okay.
You can go to OCSO.com, go to civilian academies, and register there. It's first come, first serve. We can serve about 40 people.
That's a lot.
And it is a lot. And November 4th, hiring 911 operators.
Whoa.
Come and check us out.
And that's part of the FRS system that he was talking about,
That's
that
right.
really good retirement. So make sure to check that out, guys. As always, thanks for joining us. I'm
And
Trooper Steve.
Story will be airing later.
Yes, you're going to have a big story. Ezzy was going to have some stuff on there talking about today. We've got you covered from all angles. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day and
Bye.
drive safely.
Thank you.